2022. Wow, what a gong show of a year that was in 2021. Let's get into it. I am shooting this on January 2nd, 2022. It's -5 degrees. It's a little chilly. There's a nice new snowfall. I'm in Coldstream Conservation Area. And this area is just outside of London. It's in the hamlet of Coldstream and Poplar Hill, an area where I grew up. So I thought I would just kind of do a little walk and talk of what the year's been like and sort of what my, I guess, hopes and dreams of 2022 are. 2021 began like a year like I haven't had before. I began it unemployed. I had lost my dream job at the Second City, the famed comedy institution. Tina Fey, Bill Murray, Eugene Levy, Catherine O'Hara, Mike Myers, Chris Farley, etc., etc., etc. I had taken classes at the Second City a number of years ago, and then I had taken sketch writing and improv, and then I joined their conservatory program. I auditioned for that, got into that, did that for a whole year. That was so much fun, and then went off and did my own thing. And then years later, I saw a job posting for the general manager, and my career had always been mainly in arts management. I had done directing gigs and the odd acting gig from time to time, but most of my career has been in sort of the business, the showbiz. There's no business like showbiz. And so when I saw this, interviewed, had 3 interviews, met with the ownership, the people from Chicago, had wonderful conversations with them. I was doing that, and it was great. And then every live performing arts basically shut down. We were still going. My portfolio was the training center, and we moved everything online, and that was great. We were doing great things, and unfortunately, like every other business, layoffs and cuts and furloughs had to happen. So it was unfortunate to be in those meetings letting people go while knowing eventually my time will come, as we went from hundreds of people to 100 people to 50 people to, like, I think under 30. We were doing a skeleton crew by the time I was gone. So yeah, that sucked big time. So I started the new year of 2021 unemployed. I had given up my shoebox apartment in Toronto, and I had moved back to the country in Middlesex County, where I am right now. And I was so burnt out and so alone in my little shoebox apartment. It was just me and my dog. So March rolled around a few months after, and I was actually able to get a 1-year contract in the film world, working on film permits, working with location managers, because they were still able to operate in the pandemic. So I was able to do that, and I'm still doing that. It's a great gig, but it is a 1-year contract. Well, there was also the real estate career. Yeah, so I finished the Humber program, the whole second career, starting a second career in your mid-30s, late 30s. I keep saying mid-30s. It's totally late 30s. So yes, so I started that because I just didn't know when the performing arts world, theater, film, comedy, all these things I had dedicated the past decade plus to were going to come back. A career that my cousin's wife had been in it, and I had a few friends who were in it, and I thought it's something that I could transfer a lot of my theater and storytelling skills to. of attracting, and so I started this YouTube channel as well. That was something I started in 2021 in March. I did 15 videos for all of 2021, which I thought was pretty great, a little bit more than one video a month. So I started with Century 21. Training was a little bit basic, but everyone there was really nice, but I didn't feel like I was getting the initial launch that I needed. So I looked at some other brokerages, and I ended up choosing a brokerage, EXP, which has a negative reputation, and my gut was saying I didn't like that model and what it was attracting, but I still went there, and I fell for the marketing. I found it very lackluster. I basically went in and kicked the tires around, gave it a test drive, joined a team, but nothing was working for me. It just was not the right fit at all. So I started looking again, but I actually went back to Century 21. I went to a different office this time, Century 21 Heritage House, which is now what I'm with now. And it was great, right from the start. It was exactly who I wanted to work with. And it's been great. And so I'm going into 2022 with this whole new second career. I've got a few months behind me. I see momentum happening in real estate. I've already got a few people signed up. I've got one seller signed up for the spring. I've got 2 or 3 buyers. One is one of the sellers, and the other 2 are first-time home buyers, and so they're entrusting me in their first home purchase, which is really cool. And I'm no pressure agent whatsoever. So yeah, it'll be fun. I'm also not desperate for the cash because I have this other source of income coming in as well. So I'm really excited to see what happens with real estate in 2022. And I'm also trying to make this next year a little bit less stressy and more happy. Less stressy, more happy. And I think I'm gonna do that by a few things. Get my own place in the country, or small town. I'm probably going to be moving to Stratford. I've done a couple videos of Stratford, and it just seems to be the place that keeps bringing me back. While you're there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm doing a new video every week now. As I said, I did a video around once a month. My New Year's resolution, if you can call it that. Again, the bar's low for 2022, but I'm really enjoying doing this YouTube thing. And there's a tree down, so I'm gonna duck down for a little bit. So I'm gonna be doing a video a week, and I'm gonna be hopefully, I think, releasing them every Wednesday, so hit subscribe. I'm gonna do real estate videos. I'm gonna do tourism travel videos. You guys are really enjoying my city tours, my pros and cons of different communities. So I'm gonna do a lot of that. All these new hobbies that I plan on doing. Basically, I'm going through a midlife crisis. Or I guess quarter life crisis. What is late 30s? If it's a 30s, I guess it's the third life crisis. I'm going through a third life crisis, everyone. How pathetic is that? I even bought a new car in 2021. My 2021 Acura RDX Pearl White A-Spec. Maybe I'll do a review on that. The 6-month ownership review or something like that. That'll be, I guess, this month or next month. But so that was my really big splurge. Yeah, that's kind of my rambling, my New Year video number 1 of 52. Is that how many weeks there are in a year? Hopefully I'll do more than that. But yeah, so every Wednesday